not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes, commenting, and subscribing. You hear me? Or did you do it? Oh, okay then. Well, hey, it's JamiThatsMe here, and I just want to come back and talk about a few topics that we got into on yesterday, right? So, of course, we talked about Caleb Wilson and the update with his situation, and we're going to get into more of that. Of course, we're also going to be talking about DDG, who done made a song, honey. We got to get into the reaction of the fans. And, of course, Dr. Umar's daughter has come out again. She's accused him of something. He's come out and said more. And then he also gets roasted by Kemp. So, we have to get into all of that. All right. So make sure you're coming into the video, you're liking, subscribing, all of that. And we're going to go ahead and get into some things. All right. The first person I want to start with is Caleb Wilson. All right. For the people that may not be familiar, Caleb Wilson was a junior at Southern University. I believe he was about 20 years of age. And unfortunately, he passed away a few weeks ago due to a hazing incident involving Omega Psi Phi. Okay. Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So he, along with some of the pledges, I believe it was about 9 of them in total, they were off campus in a warehouse where, they were subjected to, some physical assault, some hazing, where all of the pledges, from my understanding, was being reported is that they were punched in their chest with a boxing glove 4 times. Caleb was hit 4 times in the chest with a boxing glove. At some point, he did collapse. It took them some time to get him to the hospital. By the time they changed his clothing, got him to the hospital, unfortunately, Caleb did indeed pass away. They did perform an autopsy on Caleb, but the details are still undetermined at this time to really be able to identify, the cause of death. Okay. Of course, we know he was punched in the chest, but we don't know what type of medical emergency he went into, whether it was like an asthma attack, whether it was like a heart attack. We're not really sure what it was, but I'm sure we'll find those details out in months to come. The guy that they arrested, the first person they arrested, is Caleb McCrae. They are saying that additional arrests are likely to come, but they are still trying to gather all of the details about what happened that night, what the timeline is, and everything, who all was involved. So they're still trying to figure that out, but it seems like everybody pretty much snitched on the last person to administer those blows to Caleb, and that is the one that they have arrested. There's the other guy, Caleb McCrae. Okay, that is the one that has been arrested. It appears that he was arrested and charged with manslaughter as well as hazing. Okay. So not sure how many years he is going to get, but I do want us to check out this news report here just to hear exactly what the police officers have to say about the situation at this press conference. So let us get into that.
All right, good morning. My name is TJ Morse. I'm the Chief of Police for the Baton Rouge Police Department. Also present beside me is East Baton Rouge Mayor President Coach Sid Edwards, East Baton Rouge Parish District Attorney Hiller Moore, and Southern University President Dennis Shields, and Chancellor John Pierre. I wish we could all be here under better circumstances, but today we're present to discuss the tragic death of a young man that has gripped the hearts of so many in our community. Over the past several days, detectives with our Baton Rouge Police Department have been working tirelessly around the clock and with cooperation from the District Attorney's Office and leadership at Southern University to bring some answers to the family and loved ones of band member and engineering student Caleb Wilson. Detectives have interviewed over a dozen people and executed multiple search warrants to gather as much information as possible. As many of you know, Baton Rouge Police Department was first made aware of the death of Caleb Wilson by medical staff at Baton Rouge General Hospital on February 26th around 2:40 a.m. Initial reports indicated that Caleb Wilson was dropped off at the emergency room by a group of males that stated he collapsed while playing basketball at a Breck Park located at 3140 North Sherwood Forest Boulevard. All of those subjects left prior to officers' arrival. Through diligent efforts during their investigatory process, BRPD detectives uncovered that the location reported initially was not accurate, and that the alleged incident, in fact, occurred at a warehouse located at 3412 Woodcrest Drive. And Caleb Wilson died as a direct result of a hazing incident where he was punched in the chest multiple times while pledging to Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Through further investigation, BRPD detectives developed several suspects involved in the incident. This is still an active and ongoing investigation, so additional warrants and persons involved cannot be ruled out at this time. Last night, one of the suspects, Caleb McCrae, turned himself in with his attorney and was booked into East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. McCrae has been charged with criminal hazing and manslaughter. Again, this is still an active and ongoing investigation with more arrests forthcoming. We will be updating the media and the community as these arrests occur. I ask that you all continue to keep this family in your prayers as our Baton Rouge Police Department continues to investigate and try to bring answers to this family about what happened to Caleb and arrest those that are responsible. Thank you.
Wow.
All right, good morning.
I did not know that he turned himself in. I thought that they knew who to go and pick up. But wow. I mean, I don't know what type of impression that's gonna make on the judge knowing that he turned himself in. I didn't have to go get him. I guess that shows his guilt there. Not sure, but they're saying that additional suspects and arrests are possible. Police did not share how many people were at the warehouse. Investigators are still working to determine an exact timeline of what happened. All right. Very sad. Wow. Very, very sad. I do wonder what is the time frame for, manslaughter and criminal hazing in Louisiana. I do wonder how many years does that carry. All right, guys. So I had to go ahead and look that information up. So it appears that in Louisiana, manslaughter can carry up to about 40 years, it looks like. And when it comes to criminal hazing, that could be up to 5 years. Now, I will say when it came to the Max Groover situation, there were about 4 guys that were involved in that. And that was at LSU. Louisiana State University, and that was a white fraternity. And hazing was indeed involved that led to the death of Max Groover. And he actually was forced to drink alcohol, right? He got asked the question, got the question wrong. He was forced to drink alcohol so much so that it led to his death. And there were 3 guys, from my understanding, that were charged with criminal hazing. And then you also had the one guy that was charged with the negligent homicide, manslaughter, or whatnot, and he only did 2.5 years. Okay, how, why, what? I don't know. And I don't know how this is actually going to work out for Caleb, but I don't know if they're going to use that as a referencing point, maybe his attorneys or something, to try to get him a lighter sentence, even though the form of hazing was a bit different. This guy was drinking, this person was punched in the chest, so I don't know if they're going to see one as more harsher than the other, but either way, I want to say children, but both kids died, at the end of the day. So I don't know if they're going to give Caleb McCrae a harsher sentence, or if he could get a lighter sentence and be out within 5 years, similar to the other guy that was in there for 2.5 years in prison. I believe he was sentenced actually in 2021, so I think he may be out at this point. But yeah, so that's what's going on. And as you know, we speak of Caleb McCrae. This is the guy that they did end up arresting and charging with those 2 charges. He did receive a bond. His bond, from my understanding, was about, I believe it was about $100,000. Let me double check to see. And also with his bond being that high, it looks like he was able to get out. So
for the ones who get it done, the most important.
All right, I want to pull up this news story for you guys. Give me 1 second. All right, let us slide over here to this screen where they're saying former Southern University student arrested in connection with the hazing death case post bond. All right, they're saying the Baton Rouge Police Department confirmed one person is in custody and two others are facing charges in connection with the death of Southern University student Caleb Wilson. Police said Caleb McCrae, a graduate of Southern University and a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, has been arrested. McCrae is 23 years of age and he is charged with criminal hazing and manslaughter. His bond was set at $75,000 for the manslaughter charge and $25,000 for the hazing charge. He was released on bond Friday night, March 7th, shortly after 10 p.m. And we'll get a chance to check that out as well. But I do want us to get to this story.
Caleb McCrae, a former Southern student implicated in the most serious charges tied to this death.
He could walk out of prison here at any moment on bond while he waits his day in court. At the same time, police say they are waiting for 2 additional suspects to turn themselves in tonight.
Ooh.
Our Georgia Peck is live at the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison with more on all of this. Georgia.
Yeah, guys, those who knew McCrae say they're shocked to learn of his arrest. Meanwhile, McCrae already has a lawyer who is fighting to prove his innocence. We now know the suspect, Caleb McCrae, just graduated from Southern University 3 months ago. He is a member of Omega Psi Phi. Arrest warrants show McCrae was the last person to hit Caleb Wilson with boxing gloves before he collapsed and later died. McCrae's attorney, who released a statement earlier today, calling on the public to allow the legal system to work as he fights these serious charges. In a statement saying, "The charges brought against Mr. Caleb McCrae are serious, and we acknowledge the gravity of this matter. And I maintain my client's innocence and urge the public to withhold rushing to judgment until all the evidence is heard. Mr. McCrae should be afforded the opportunity to establish his innocence in the court of law." Friends of McCrae also weighing in tonight, saying they were shocked to hear the news. One person who says he knew McCrae personally through their service in the National Guard says McCrae is a great guy outside of what's happening. He's an honorable guy, funny, outgoing person, life of the party, and says he hates that either of these young black men had to be in this position. Kaya Taylor, who says she used to tutor McCrae, told us he is a great guy, always smiling and cooking food. Very smart. I don't think it was intentional to kill, but to hurt him maybe. And I hope he gets justice for his death, and to Caleb McCrae, I just hope he learned his lesson, because it's wrong. Now McCrae is expected to make that $100,000 bond tonight. Georgia Peck, WAFB 9 News. Back to you.
Wow. Child, that's going to be something interesting to see how this case is going to play out, because when I was reading about the Max Groover case with that other guy that ended up going to jail, he got a lighter sentence because his intent was not to kill that person, right? And again, that's why I'm wondering, what is that going to look like? Whether Caleb would get a harsher sentence versus the other guy, right? Because although Caleb did punch him in the chest, the other guy, drunk alcohol, and maybe they didn't know his alcohol level, thought he could take it or something. I'm not sure how they're going to look at this situation overall, but at the end of the day, 2 people died. 2 people died. I don't know if they're going to give him a harsher sentence because it was more physical in nature versus just, alcohol of some sort. That's what we'll just have to wait and see. Right? We will have to wait and see. And I wonder if those other 2 guys that they're waiting to turn themselves in are going to be getting the exact same charges, or if they are just going to be getting the criminal hazing charges. Is what I'm wondering. And also, it appears that they may not have turned themselves in as they were expecting them to turn themselves in on Friday night. But let us get into more. All right, because let's see, does this have an ad on it?
I'm a scientist.
Okay.
And I support more students. Are you kidding me?
This video into our newsroom from overnight. This is Caleb McCrae walking out of prison after posting bond. Police say he's charged with criminal hazing and manslaughter. The charges are in connection with the death of Southern University student Caleb Wilson. Police say Wilson died after participating in hazing rituals where pledges stood in line and then took blows to the chest. From there, he became unresponsive, and authorities say the people who brought him to a hospital, they made up a story about what exactly happened. Police say that in addition to McCrae, 2 others face charges and even more arrests are possible.
Detectives have interviewed over a dozen people and executed multiple search warrants to gather as much information as possible.
Police have not released the names of the two others facing charges.
Okay.
We're told Wilson's body continues to undergo testing and has not been released to his family, who's trying to plan a funeral. And
Wow. Well, I'm sure it took a lot for him to go ahead and step forward and turn himself in versus the other guys that's still standing behind. I don't know if you're going to help his case look any better or not, but I guarantee you his attorney's going to try to use that for for some reason or another with the jurors and the judge to let them know that, he's sorry or something or felt remorseful. So he wanted to turn himself in or whatever the case and all take ownership of his actions and participation in the death of Caleb. While the other ones, you know how they're going to try to word things up when they got to do what they need to do when they were paid to do their job. So that's what's going on. I wanted to make sure that you guys got the latest update and understand that they're still waiting for two more to turn themselves in. And although Caleb is charged and was arrested, he is now out on bond. All right. So you guys can leave your thoughts and comments on that situation down below. And now we're going to get into, I think I want to touch on, I guess we'll talk about DDG and Halle. All right. There's been a lot of conversation going on because, of course, the DDG took to his Twitch to let people know that he wanted to spend time with his son, couldn't spend time with his son how he wants to because, unfortunately, his son is sick, as well as the mother of his child, Miss Halle Bailey. She is also sick. Both of them have RSV, which is very serious, and it can kill your baby. Okay. A very serious virus. He went over to her house hoping to spend time with the son because he wasn't able to get him. And it seems like she may not have wanted him at the home. And I feel like she has every right for that. It is her home. So he took to social media. He ended up getting in his feelings about it. And he decided to let everybody know that he's been dealing with these issues for months where he can't get his child when he wants to. And honestly, as much as a lot of people may have his back up whoever you choose to. I know I am. But also, I feel like when you are not together as parents, that is the risk that you take. You won't be able to get your child whenever you want to get your child, that's a part of it. When you don't marry, you don't carry your relationship with that person. It may be easier because you guys may potentially live together or whatever the case is as to how you're able to, see your child a bit more. But it don't always work like that, to where you could just call them, I'm gonna come pick my child up or whatever. Sometimes it just don't work like that. And a lot of people felt away. Some people were like, oh, well, you guys have a child together. It's y'all kid. It's not just your kid. You don't get to pick and choose when that person can see their child and this and that. Well, I'm gonna tell you just like this, and y'all don't have to like it, honey. If they're living in Georgia or California, which is one of the two places I do believe they both reside, either here or there. When you are not married, okay, the custodial primary parent is the mother right out the gate. Okay, she gets to make all of the decisions when it comes to that child. And she does not have to necessarily adhere to anything the father says. Okay. If you would say so, and I know it may be very unfortunate for you guys, you will have to go through the courts, okay, to legitimize your rights or whatever as a dad. That is what it is, unfortunately for y'all. That's just what it is. Y'all don't have to like it, but you just gonna have to accept it. That's what the law is right now. When you don't marry a person, that lady gives birth, that's her child. Okay. Yes, it's y'all's child, but when it comes to decision making and spending time and this and that, she may give you the third damn degree. Okay. She might give you the third degree. And honestly, a lot of people feel like, well, Halle can't keep him from his baby. But see, y'all, the lady has let the man get the child. He's had the baby a lot, actually. Right? He's had the son a lot. So, I mean, and nobody's even paying attention to the fact that she allowed him to come over to her house when she was sick. He was the one that was trying to camp out and chill at her house. And she was okay, no, okay, you can't chill out here, but you can go, I'll let you stop by and see little man because I know you couldn't get him today. So it sounds to me that she is trying to work with him. It just seems like he's not getting his way. So in order to strong arm her in some fashion, he takes to social media, which is something that a lot of people do. They like to take to social media to try to get out of you what it is that they want. And if you feel so passionate about it, then I do think, I mean, if you got to take it to court, then take it there. You're rich, right? That's something you talk about all the time in your records, in your music and stuff. So you got a lot of money. So I'm sure you have an attorney that could handle that for you if you feel that you're not being treated fairly or being heard as a father. You might have to take it that far. So take it that far in my personal, because it's just that important, right? But it seems like she's allowing him to be with his son, spend time with his son. You know, I believe he took the baby over to Casa Knot house or whatnot. I don't even know if she knew anything about that. Right? But, you know, she trusted the baby, trusted him. He was, you know, with his dad or whatever the case is. But I feel like both of them have a right to be concerned about who their child is around, though. You know, if she don't want her child around these peculiar bitches that you be having with you, she has every right. And if she has some peculiar people around her, then he has every right to feel away. Okay. And if what you have to say is not being exercised, then take it to court. That's just what it is. And people, y'all can be mad about it. Y'all can do flips over it. You can jump in a ditch about it. But that's just what it is. Okay. Period. So he decides to take to social media as well to sing him, do him a little piece of a song, honey. Just do a little piece of a song, and the song is Don't Take My Son. And I'm just like, what? Why did we need to do this? Just here's a snippet, okay?
Don't take my son, cause he all I got. I'm just having fun. I don't love these stocks. You tell me that you gon' move on, but I know you not trying to make me pay to see my son. They gon' make me hot.
Trying to make you pay to see her. How is she making you pay to see your son? Are you talking about having to go to courts and pay out money? You pay money for little. Okay, your child is the most important thing to you than brands and fashion. So if you do have to go pay an attorney, then go pay one. Okay, but all in all, it's a 2-minute song that he put out, and I was just a little confused because I'm like, is this about taking the son, or is this about some other stuff? Because he's talking about somebody, you know. What did he say? Someone hating on him, trying to mimic his style and stuff. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Who are you talking about? Is this Halle's new man or something that you're referencing? Like, what's going on here? And I do want us to get into some of the things that people had to say about this. What some of the reactions have been to him dropping this song after him, you know, ranting a bit about not being able to be around his child that he just saw the day before. So the first person says, why he talking about hitting somebody from the back and busting it in the same song? He in the same song, he crying about missing his son. That is fucking weird. Yeah, that is a bit weird. Because I know I was listening to it like, now why is you talking about hitting the bitch from the back? Like, what you say now? Then you go on to talk about your dreads being dyed and somebody trying to mock you or something, mimic you. I'm like, what is going on? Someone else says throwing the baby mother under the bus, inciting his young viewers to camp out in her mentions and accuse her of not sharing the right amount of custody, exploiting a baby to release some of the worst music ever recorded in the history of sound. Now, I don't know if it's the worst music recorded. Now, it may not be of the flavor and the lyrics may not be of what we want to hear, but I've heard worse, I will be honest, okay? Someone says your kid is sick with RSV along with the mother of your child and you drop music trying to paint her to be the bad guy? Oh, please rot in hell. Okay? Someone says this is so corny. Halle, why did you let him impregnate you? Okay, someone else says, I don't know why, as women, we will see a guy with an extremely questionable past and decide that our experience with him would be different. Most times, experience isn't the best teacher when history is available. Okay, that's because, in my opinion, she's young, you know. I would say made a mistake, didn't know. I think when you're younger, especially in your 20s, you know, early to mid 20s, I think you're just super hopeful about life and stuff. And you just make, I think lifelong decisions when it really should be a temporary one. High key with that person. All right. And then here's the other thing too, like maybe he was supposed to just be a little fling-a-ling-a-ling or something like that, and she ended up getting pregnant or something, and then maybe her religion or something like that. And this is just, potentially, and if not her situation, it could be somebody else's where religion got them tied the fuck up to a point where they like, I can't abort my child. I'm afraid to, whatever the case is, and so they decide to keep the child, right? I feel like it could be multiple reasons. I'm not gonna come down too hard on some of y'all at a young age, but I do feel like y'all be knowing, and some of y'all do be knowing, like, get out of there. And then some of y'all just be real hopeful at a young age. Okay, but it is what it is. The baby here now. Someone else says having to co-parent with an attention whore seems like hell on earth. Whoa, that would be stressful. If you're a person that does not like to give everything to social media, but they do, that would be a bit irritating. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Child, now that right there was a piece of the writing on the walls where she saw that he does everything for social media. Maybe she thought that you keep your life separate, you do your thing over there, I do my thing over here. But girl, listen, lessons are being learned. Lessons are being learned. Sending the internet to hate on your child's mother while she's sick and taking care of your child is insane. I hate this nigga. Someone says DDG took his business with Halle on Twitch where he gets paid. Posted a YouTube video about it where he gets paid. Come on. Previewed a song about it that'll be monetized when released. This is all planned out for money, attention, and control, and it's obvious as fuck because he won't go to court. Let me tell you, I will be honest and say that I started to think that this was a gimmick a little bit. I did. I felt like, okay, this is a scheme. Is this another one of those? I'm trying to figure out another word aside from clout because I feel like he has a very large audience to where he don't necessarily, because I don't know, I be feeling like everybody don't be trying to get the clout for real, but then at the same time, the end result was he was going to get paid from it. So was this one of your schemes that you was doing for the people so you can get your coin in or something? Anyone calling Halle a bitter baby mama is just as weird and delusional as DDG. Child, not y'all got Usher face. You remember when we tried to say this man is a jealous, lame narcissist with an inferiority complex that wanted to sabotage her and he trapped her? Then we were called bitter and jealous and told to mind our business. Fast forward to everything we said is happening. Child, ain't that something? Ain't that something? Now, I have seen quite a few people that said, listen, you told us to mind our business, therefore we're minding it. I'm not minding mother thing right now. I'm going to mind my business when I want to and feel like it, okay? He put the business out there, so I'm going to tune in just a little piece and I'm going to talk about it as well. Hello, thank you, goodbye. But anywho, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below about that. How are you feeling about DDG's new song? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think it was lame? Do you think it was unnecessary? Do you feel like, hey, that could have just been a voice message on the phone or something like that? Let me know your thoughts about DDG and this situation with Halle, all right? Let us go ahead and move on because I do want us to get into Dr. Umar because, as I said, and I need to start calling him Umar because it's not giving doctor, okay? And if he is giving piece of doctor, where did you get your degree from? But anywho, I did want to touch on that for a second because his daughter did come out and she had some things to say as she was speaking to a few of the viewers. He also had something to say, and then we got to get into Tia laying it on him thick. So let us go ahead and actually let me give y'all a little bit of backstory, okay, for the people that don't know. Umar's daughter came to TikTok to let everybody know that was her dad and that she's looking for her other siblings, and she reached out to him in hopes of trying to connect with the siblings and how he was an absent father and stuff. She also shared text messages to whatever he had to say. So once she came out and she talked about the situation with her dad and her wanting to connect with her siblings, he comes out, leaves a statement, and he pretty much calls her a struggling streamer and how she shouldn't be doing this for social media, basically to get clout or whatever. And then says she needs to involve her mother in the conversation so she can really tell the real reason why, you know, he wasn't a part of her life, you know, wanting to put things on the mom or whatever. And so he comes out and says that. Then after saying he doesn't want to do this for social media and struggling streamers and stuff, he goes on to do a video for social media, still referring to her as a struggling streamer and whatever else, clout chaser, whatever else it is he wants to say about her. And it just made him look worse, in my opinion. Okay. He's always been a hypocrite in my personal. So I never understood why people follow him. But hey, you had people that follow Kevin Samuels to the grave. So it is what it is. All right. Let us go ahead and get into what the daughter had to say since then. Okay.
Does your mom hate him too? Of course she do. Because he put his fucking hands on her. What the fuck is wrong with him? He should be in fucking jail. Like, really, he should be in jail. Like, I'm not even joking with y'all right now. It's a lot about him that y'all don't know. He's a crazy, sick man. How long was they together? I don't know. They met in college. I don't know how long they was together, but he was with his other child. He was with her mom for 5 years. That's what she told me over the phone. But I don't know how long him and my mom was together. So he's a woman abuser? Yes, he is. And a liar, and a hypocrite. Yeah, all those things. Yeah, she left him. And then this man got on the internet and said, my mom wanted to marry him. That's a lie. That's a lie. Why would my mom want to marry somebody that put his fucking hands on her? This man is a fucking liar. And I can't stand him. Does your mom...
Now, I will say, in my opinion, being young and dumb, plenty of women always want to marry the man that has put their hands on them. But it doesn't, even if your mom did want to marry him, it don't take away nothing that he may have done. You could be absolutely right about everything that you're saying about him. And it also could be true that she wanted to marry him at some point. Who knows, okay? But let's get into something that he says about, I guess, his supporters or whatever. So let's hear him.
Need y'all to stay focused. I appreciate those of y'all who are standing, fighting for me. I appreciate the love, but we're going to let all the negativity cycle through. We're not feeding into it no more. Positive vibrations. We're in the new year. Black History Month just ended. This is Black March. Positive vibrations. That's all we're going to do. Everybody who want to throw this and throw that, and let them do it. I'm not worried about that. Let them do it. We're going to do what we got to do. You feel me? So everybody stay focused. Everybody stay blessed. And we're going to do what we need to do. We got to build, y'all. We got to build. Stay focused. Don't let the evil take us. If you with me, you with me. If you ain't, you ain't. I'm not begging nobody. If you with me, you with me. If you ain't, you ain't. The only thing good that's coming out of this unfortunate situation is everybody got to pick a side. Pick a side and stay on it.
That's the only good thing.
Please stay on your side. No more frenemies. I don't want no more frenemies. Either with me or you not. Let's do what we got to do. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. I need y'all to stay focused.
Help him, please. Okay, help the man out. All right. Looks like Miss Tia Kemp is gonna be the one to help him just a little bit because she do have some things that she like to get off her chest. Okay, so let's hear Miss Tia, honey.
You Dr. Umar, your big fat sloppy bad body flea market shirts wearing wanna be woke behind you, big liar. All you do, you a culture vulture. Stop lying. You worse than the people that you out here talking about and taking people money, talking about you building and opening up a school. You ain't opening up nothing, dog-faced lying doctor. You ain't no doctor. You a liar, dog. You won't even go make a relationship with your grown daughter. She don't need to put her mama on the phone. She 21 or 22 years old. You call your daughter. I went over there and left some comments on your page, and I'm finna go back right now and see if you done blocked me, you nappy face funky hating snow bunnies. You probably done had something about some snow bunnies. I don't know. You got some dog secrets that need to be told. You always in somebody's business and worry about somebody's business and lying to people, trying to get people to donate money to you, but you're a big liar, dog. You ain't even standing on your own business, bro. I'm finna go to your page right now, dog. If you block me, because the people saying you blocking them. They saying you blocking them. Nah, you ain't blocked me yet. You ain't blocked me, sucker. This dog, stop with all that old wanna be fair. You need to stop it. Call your daughter. Nobody don't care nothing about you paying no child support for no years. Ooh. Who cares? They always think a check means something. Call your child stupid.
Ooh.
Out here telling people what to do with themselves. You old dumb doesn't. I can't stand a silly... Can't stand these niggas get out here and act like they so this and that, and then all their secrets come out. Just lying. No culture vulture, man. Y'all can believe that sucker if you want to. I used to follow him. I've been unfollowing him. He do too much. He act like he hate women. You do. Over there ain't even talk to your child. Talking about some struggling streamer. So what is she talking about? What's really going on in her life? Why she got to be a struggling streamer? What type of father is you? He's going to get back at you. I don't give a damn. I don't care what he say. This for you, Dr. Ooh.
I know that's motherfucking right, baby. Shout out to Miss Tia over here chewing down on his neck bone just a little bit because, yeah, he do too much, for sure, 1,000%. Look at me. I'm trying to see what kind of, I'm trying to see what comments that she had left under his page is what I was hoping to see. Girl, now he got 1 million followers, I guess, honey. Whew. I ain't even gonna search no more. It is what it is. But look, I just wanted to come to y'all, give y'all the latest updates and everything. Y'all leave your thoughts. Leave your thoughts down below about everything that we just talked about when it came to what DDG and Halle, Caleb Wilson, and you know, the passing of him, as well as Dr. Umar and him getting roasted by Miss Tia Kemp, along with the other allegations. That's all that I have for you guys at this time. I thank you all so much for watching. I am Jami, that's me. And of course, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith.